it's Holly, and I got a request in some of the comments to do some projects with like just one Caron cake. So that's what we're going to do today. Today we're going to make an infinity scarf with the V stitch with just one Caron cake. So let's give it a shot. Okay, so to make this V-stitch infinity scarf, you're going to need, first of all, a Caron cake. I picked this color. It's called Pumpkin Spice. I love the oranges and yellows. Reminded me of fall. You're going to need a hook. I'm using a 5mm by Yarnology. You're going to need a yarn needle to sew in your ends. And as always, a pair of scissors for the cutting and the trimming. Now this infinity scarf is super easy. We're going to start off, you're going to make a slip knot, and you're going to chain 34. So just chain 34. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34. And one thing I forgot to mention before we got started is you don't want to make your chain too much tension, okay? Want it nice and kind of springy there. Now we're going to start the V-stitches. A V-stitch is a double crochet, a chain 1, and a double crochet all into the same stitch. So to start that, we're going to do a double crochet into the 4th chain on our hook. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We're just going to go into that, pull through, go through 2, go through 2. So now that was your first V-stitch. What it was your chain 3 for your double crochet, then the extra chain for the chain 1, and then your double. Now all you do is skip 1, so skip this one, put a double crochet in here, chain 1, and put another double crochet right in there. And that is your second V-stitch. And you're going to want to do that all the way across. I will show you one more time. So yarn over, skip 1. So right here's your one you're skipping. Go into the next one. Do a double crochet, chain 1, yarn over, and do another double crochet. Another double crochet right into that same stitch. That's your next V. Don't worry, it's going to start looking more like V stitches the next row. So go ahead and do that all the way across. I'll meet you at the end. Okay, so when you get to the end, your last V stitch should go into that very first chain. So you just yarn over, go in, pull through 2, pull through 2, chain 1, and do another double crochet right into there. And that is your first round of V stitches. As you can see, you got all these little V's. They go down and up, down and up, down and up. Okay? So now to do round 2 and pretty much the rest of the pattern, you're going to chain up 4 again, because the first one you do your chain 3, which would be your normal double crochet, plus the chain 1 that goes between the V stitch. So you chain 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Turn your work. And then you want to double crochet right back into that same stitch. So yarn over. And actually, I'm sorry, not through the stitch. You want to go through the center of the V. Pull through. Go through 2. Go through 2. That is your first V stitch. And now each V stitch after that is going to be worked in the center of each V. So that works like this. Yarn over, go through the center of this V, pull through 2, pull through 2, chain 1, and then do it again. Go through the center, pull through 2, pull through 2. And that is your second V-stitch. And you're just going to work a V-stitch into each center of each V-stitch all the way across, and then for the rest of your pattern. You just keep repeating these rows, just doing V-stitches in the center of each until you pretty much run out of your Caron cake. You want to leave yourself 25 to 30 inches to sew the infinity scarf together. So go ahead and continue doing rows of V-stitches until you get down to that 25 to 30 inches of tail left. Okay? Okay, so I have made it all the way through my Caron cake, and I'm to my very last V-stitch. So I just do a double crochet, a chain one, and a double crochet in that last one. And now I don't have to cut because I just have my last little bit here for sewing it in. So all I'm going to do is grab it, pull it through the hole. Might take a moment to pull. It's a long tail. And tighten down. And there it is. It's all done. There, my hook's trying to roll off my table. I went all the way through the Caron cake, and I went through all these beautiful, beautiful fall-y, autumny colors. And I just thought it was adorable. You could leave it just like this and have a really long scarf, but we are going to sew it together to make an infinity scarf. So what you want to do is find your two ends. Here are my two ends. Make sure you're not tangled. There's not a twist in it. So I'm going to line my two ends up here and just flip the rest of it that way. Actually, I'm going to flip it over. I sew from right to left, but whatever works for you guys. 1 second. Okay. Got my two ends, and the first thing I want to do is just get my yarn needle, thread my yarn needle, pull a good amount through, and we just line up our two corners. It's going to be a little tricky sewing it together, but you just want to line them up, and you just want to go through one part of your V and through the other side and pull it. And you'll do that all the way across. You can do a couple at a time. You can just grab a couple and go all the way across, but be careful not to get any tangles like I just did. I got my little tail end tangled in there. Just takes a second. So pull this all the way through. Oh my. Okay, 1 second. There we are. Just pull it through and you tighten down, and as you can see, that sews it together real nice. So go ahead and go all the way across, and then we'll take a look at it. Okay, so now that we've made it all the way across, I'm just going to put in my last two stitches, and on my last stitch I like to go in, I come out, and I go around my string once and around my string twice, and I pull down, and that really knots it right there. Now the best part about doing this infinity scarf with the Caron cake is you get all these beautiful, oh, my nail broke, sorry, all these beautiful stripes, and all we have is two tails to weave in. So I'm going to go ahead and weave these in. Another thing I did with my scarf is I just started at the beginning of a Caron cake and ended at the end of a Caron cake. And as you can see, I started and it gave me a little bit of a yellow, and it ended on just a little bit of this maroony burnt kind of color. If you would prefer to not have the little pieces on your scarf, you could have easily just started right here at the orange and then ended at this dark orange. You could have just cut off the excess yarn, but I don't mind. I think it kind of adds to the character of the scarf. Reminds you that it was made with a Caron cake. Mine's in there nice and tight so my tail doesn't want to come through. And I'm going to go back through one more time, even though it's really tight. Needle off to the side, get rid of that scrap, this scrap, and then I'm going to turn it inside out, and there we have our nice little seam all sewn together. I do love the way Caron cakes work up when you work them up in a nice pattern like this. The striping just is really beautiful. Okay, there's only one thing left to do with this, and that's try it on. So I think it turned out perfect, and it's so soft and so comfy, and I know it's going to be super, super warm. I really want to keep it, but I did make this as a Christmas present, so I hope whoever gets this really loves it. As always, thank you so much for watching my videos. Comment down below if you have any ideas for Caron cakes and doing just one skein. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and check out this video right here. If you want to enter the giveaway, it's open till the 15th. Bye!